Good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with SmartOptionTrading.com. It is Sunday, the 2nd of February. Happy Groundhog's Day, by the way, out here. Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow. 6 more weeks of winter. I'm just getting back from Atlantic City. I'm beat, I'm tired, and I'm going to try to I have to run out the door. Then I'm going to try to get a nap in before 6 o'clock because futures trading could be very, very wild tonight. So let's go into what's going on out there. Trump has fired off his tariffs, 25% on Mexico and Canada, 10% additional ones on China. Canada has already retaliated, 25% back, a lot of it on produce and other things, and some of it goes into effect quickly, and the other of it take 21 days. Goldman out saying they think these will be short-lived and they'll be reprieved. As of right now, we have the beginnings of the first salvos fired in a good old-fashioned trade war, which is never very good for the economy and particularly not always good for the market. We'll point out last time when Trump was tariffing China, everybody, it turned out to be a big nothing. So, we'll see. I have this screen up right here. This is Wall Street, weekend Wall Street, and it's showing you where current futures bets are on the Dow. And current futures bets on the Dow are down 365 points at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're already looking for a steep red open as we go into futures tonight. And we'll see how we respond to that. All right, let's jump in here. I'm going to start off with the SPY because the SPY, you can see here, was already dropping. Futures market had closed at 6. The SPY was already dropping just before it closed at 8 o'clock last night. And you can see we were down here and we're already down into the area of the 50-day and well off the highs. And we just missed the all-time high on Friday. Let's go back and go with the ES, start from there. So first of all, the ES is going to open. We'll see this 6,024 area is a big area to hold. If it does not hold that, you really kind of have a void and it opens the door to retest these lows we had from the deep state fear. The NQ also, we'll see what that does. Crude has been weaker for a while. Tariffs on crude could mean the price of oil going up. We'll see how this takes place. Crude has been weak. Bonds, we saw a little bit of a flight to safety last week. We'll see how they respond. If the market is worried, watch bonds to spike high. Gold also have been a safety play going to new all-time highs last week. Bitcoin, not so much a safety play at this time. We'll see what it does. Came down here on Friday. We'll see what this looks like as we go into the weekend. If they want to go to safety, they could here. Trump does put himself down as the um, what do you call as the Bitcoin, the crypto president right now. It is trading down 3.87% down around the 98,000 level. So again, there may not be a safe haven easily here. We start. The VIX was back in the Bollinger Bands. We had a big spike last week up to 23. The bands never reacted. We'll see. On VIX is likely to open up if this sell-off holds. Watch that 20 level. Watch the Bollinger Bands. Out of the Bollinger Bands, it's risk off. HYG has kind of been stuck here with the markets, been holding in. Transports got hit on UPS, weakening again. And the dollar has been strengthening back up, and this could cause a further strengthening of the dollar. And what we do not want to see is a fair strengthening dollar. We would like to see bonds go up so rates come down, but if it's a flight to safety, that could be problematic signs there. So let's talk about what we do have going on this week. And let's start off with the economic information from my friends over here at Trader Exchange. By the way, love these guys, been with them for years. Also use Benzinger. So on Monday, we have PMI manufacturing and ISM manufacturing. These are small things here. We have a ton of red. That's all Fed speaking here. To jobs week, we get JOLTS jobs numbers on Tuesday, ADP employment report on Wednesday, and then Friday for you guys in the room, we'll open the room up early for non-farm payroll coming in at 8:30. We also have Michigan consumer sentiment and inflation expectations on Friday morning. And, that's pretty much it. Otherwise, a lot of Fed speak out there the first time we'll hear from them. It's also a very, very big earnings week. So we have a monster week. Nope, I got the wrong one. Love when I do that. Let me pause this for a minute and go get that. Okay, so very big week of earnings here. Palantir after the close on Monday night. NXP is also in there, NXPI. PayPal Tuesday morning with Spotify, Pfizer, Pepsi, and Merck. Tuesday night, huge, be staying late. Monday night too. AMD, Alphabet, Snap, Chipotle. You got Enphase, Amgen, and EA, which have been brutalized lately. Tuesday morning, Uber and Disney. I'm sorry, Wednesday morning, Wednesday night, Ford, Qualcomm, and ARM. Thursday morning, Lilly, Peloton, Bristol Myers, and then Thursday night, Amazon and Elf, Cloudflare, Affirm, and Pinterest. So very, very busy week on tap here. Both economic stuff and earnings is huge. We'll see how this plays out. From a sentiment perspective, as we go into this week, we're coming into a very neutral state. So when we look at the oscillators, all right, measure whether we're overbought, oversold, we're in neutral. Plus 28 on the New Nasdaq is positive side of neutral. On the New York Stock Exchange, plus 44. Same exact idea. Your advanced decline lines on Friday mostly kind of turned down a little bit, but held serve, basically flattening out. Highs versus lows on the S&P first 500. A number of stocks making highs 75, making lows 22. We're still on the right side there. On the Nasdaq, plus 119 versus negative 95. We're still positive there. So overall, that was a good sign. The put to call back to neutral. It's the first little flush we've seen in that here. Um, Market breadth, chopping here, maybe turn back down on the Nasdaq as well as the New York Stock Exchange. So I need to speak quickly about something. There's articles floating around out there, and I saw Yahoo Finance had this about massive short bets on the markets like we have not seen in many, many of the year. So yes, these are out there. You're getting some very large short bets coming in on the markets here. These don't always work out, so be careful. But the market seems to be betting that Trump is going to cause a big collapse in the market. And these are the type of bets that people are looking for a massive, big dump. I don't take those type of bets. We'll see. I'm certainly not betting against Trump because during his administration, the market was generally strong. So I think what you're looking at here is you got to find out where do you want to buy into this market? What do you want to buy? And I think that's how you have to approach it as we go into this week. So let's start off with the S&P 500 and let's talk levels here. The S&P 500 down here, we'll see if the 50-day holds at 596, and then next level to watch is right here at the low of this candle. That low there is 594.64. Notably, we did not make a new time high on the S&P 500 or the ES. If we cannot hold this level, then you have this level down here. We can come down. You have a gap to fill, comes down to 591.50 area, and then you still have this big open gap sitting down here. If they really want to come down and play games, it could actually come down to 582.03 if it wants to come down that far. We did close for January above the level, so we got the January barometer. We got the first 5 trading days of January as well. So those are two good omens for the market as we go through the rest of the year. We no longer need to have that here on our charts. To the upside, if they decide to buy this right back to an all-time high. Okay, we'll keep it in sight. Talk sectors real quick. Energy's been weak. Why? Because it's drill, baby, drill. I don't expect that to change. Energy earnings have not been great. The financials have been very strong, sitting up here still at an all-time high. Again, if they want to come running, this would be the one to come to above 52. JP Morgan, all-time highs on Friday, little reversal candle up, holding in. Goldman, similar. Morgan Stanley, not quite on Friday, but holding the 8-day. Citigroup, which has been a monster, a nice little 1 week plus digestion pattern here. This one could be ready to go. Same thing with Wells Fargo. These all look fairly good to me. The payment space with Visa and MasterCard and AXP, they all had good earnings and good guidance. That generally bodes well for names like PayPal, who reports next week, and it used to be Square. Now they call themselves XYZ. Stupidest freaking name change I've ever seen in my life, but that generally bodes well for them, and even for a company like Affirm. We'll keep an eye on them. Coming back closer to home, we'll see how this is. If Bitcoin gets hit, coin is likely to get hit hard. This 300 level has been a bear until it closes above it. It's still stuck underneath it. It needs to take that out. MSTR has been a little bit of a downturn here. Not much going on there that I'm really interested in sinking my teeth into right now. All right, we'll see how they trade with these. The SMHs have been just a wicked tough trade. They got absolutely killed on that DeepSeek information. I don't think DeepSeek's going to hurt the semis whatsoever one little bit, but the market thinks it is right now, and that's all that matters. So I go along with that. Tried to go into that gap deep on Friday, and it got yanked back out all the way back in. So now we know that, it's just not quite ready yet to go into there. And then we'll see what's going on. We look at the names. Abgo, who's a clear winner in the AI, a little bit better further into that gap and holding green. I like Abgo. It's just been a tough trader. It cannot get momentum. Other than these 2 days, momentum's been very hard to get in this name. I do think it's eventually going to go up and fill that gap. Can't talk this without talking NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a couple weeks from earnings yet. NVIDIA needs to get back to that gap. It's come up and tested it a couple times, can't get through. The 8-day here now down to there is resistance. This is a bear flag formation. So if you're a AMD bull, you need to retake the 8-day, get into this gap and start pushing up. If you're a bear, you lose 116.25. It opens the door down to the 105 level area. Okay. AMD, another one reports on Tuesday, also been weak, hasn't been able to finish filling this gap or get above the 21-day. Boy, could we use a surprise here. Would love to see AMD come out with a nice big win and showing some great, that their AI chip is finally taking off. And, we'll see where we go from here. For all of you guys trying to tell me that Intel is going to get bought by Qualcomm and Elon Musk, I laugh. They have so much debt. They're not getting bought easily. Nobody's in a rush to buy this company. I would really just avoid them for now. If you really think they're going to get bought, buy a couple shares and throw them away and forget about it. But the company is a hot mess. Let's go to big cap tech. Apple earnings got sold off hard after gapping up on Friday morning. The report was mixed. Their iPhone sales were soft. Their services sale were good. Their wearable sales were soft, and their iPad and Mac sales were good. Tim Cook did a nice job of selling this on the conference call, saying that they think a lot of China's soft sales were due to inventory issues which they had fixed. We will see. All we know is this: they gapped up into this 247 level and they dumped it and they took it all the way down to the 100 area, 233. That is a wide range sell signal on Apple. So above 233, you can keep trying it versus that level. It's probably going to gap down. Watch that 200-day sitting down here again at 219.69. Meta had a great report. Too bad it was up 7 days in a row going into it. It had run all the way up here, big run up, digesting. We'll see if it connects with the 8 day and holds. I kind of like that there. Microsoft had another abysmal report. Sorry, no other way to put it. This is 3 quarters in a row they've guided down. Their cloud missed, which was the big one. They're citing again. You're seeing multiple companies now citing dollar strength being a problem. We'll see what it wants to do. Nothing wrong with Microsoft a long time, but for the last year, this has been mostly dead money. This is a 12-month chart, and you can see just nothing going on. So, you can find a channel down into here. It likes to hold that 414 under 400 level becomes a big one to watch. Netflix chart still looks absolutely fantastic here. You have a nice bull flag. We traded this a couple times last week. Didn't lost on it the first time, made nice money the second time. It's just stuck. It really needs to get above this 990 area and get above and hold it. And you can see it's just struggling here right now. Still a beautiful looking chart on that one. What else do we want to talk about today? Let's go to some software names. CRM couldn't hold that nice little pop. It got off the deep stake seek news. Same thing with Snow. They decided to sell these down. Oracle's been all over the place, but generally been weaker, though back to that gap, so we'll keep an eye on that one. We need to talk about Tesla. Cannot have a conversation without talking about Tesla. Probably going to redraw these lines, but Tesla, you see these purple lines here and here are generally here, and I'll zoom it in a channel. It's tried to break above the channel a couple times. It's tried to break below it a couple times, but generally it's in a channel that's narrowing here. I might redraw it, and it's stuck. And it could stay stuck here for a while. It tried to go on Friday. It couldn't. It came back in. I'm actively trading Tesla most days. And, you kind of watch it down here and you say this area needs to just hold, maybe come off the bottom of this candle. Bottom of that candle is 373.04. And if it loses that, it kind of gets into an area of weakness and it can really kind of drop its way down here into this 336, 35 area rather quickly. To the upside, it needs to clear the top of this channel, then it can go. Overall, a lot of the stuff going on with Tesla and my take on it is Musk is pivoting from EVs to my vision. His vision is robotics and energy and robotaxi, and it's not EV sales anymore. And he doesn't want to talk about that anymore. I think he's just saying, you buy me, you buy my vision, and that's fine. The problem with Tesla is his vision is probably on all this a year to 2 years away, likely from being a big financial impact, and you're not getting paid to wait. There's no dividend here. So, you know, uh, you know, if you like Musk, watch for the break. One way or the other, it can be a great short too. Outside of that, guys, I'm going to tell you to take it easy here today. There's too much uncertainty here right now at 12:30 in the afternoon on Sunday, and we'll see where we are later on tonight and tomorrow morning. So maybe I'll put out a video for you as well tomorrow morning to how to help everybody out. If you want to join us, I'll put a link in the description, smartoptiontrading.com. You can see us trade every day, live trading in the trading room, post everything in Discord and on private Twitter. I would love to have you guys. Everybody have a great Sunday, and I'll catch you live bright and early in the room.